Hi everybody, this is Juhi again, Jawahar Alvi, and I wanted to uh, talk to you guys about a topic that I had brought. And the topic that I had brought is stranger danger, okay? So what we've seen is that a lot of our kids, they don't have the familiarity with stranger danger, and a lot of our kids, they don't know that, what is stranger danger. And in order to get our kids to be familiarized with how to deal with strangers that are outside in the environment, or look at like how to deal with strangers, what are the things that we can work on. So in the past couple of months, in the past year, we've seen a lot of incidents that have happened around. We've seen incidents that have happened, like even in America, in the UAE, in Pakistan, in India, where more and more child abuse is getting common. Unfortunately, this is like a really really heavy topic for me. It's something that brings out a lot of bad emotions in me. Like, it's something that I have dealt with a lot over here in the USA, as well as I have dealt with it in Pakistan, and I have also dealt with it in India. I have also dealt with it in the UAE. There have been issues where kids have been abused, and we've had all these situations. However, it's really hard to make that fine line of how to help our kids, who are coming from different backgrounds, right? So every country, every region, every religion, every culture, every ethnic background has their own set of limitations, right? I can go on and on about this stuff because this is stuff that is really close to me. It's Everything is close to me, like everything that is associated with children, everything that is associated with individuals that have any kinds of developmental disabilities, special needs, autism, anything that is related to any living organism who does not have the capacity to decide, is very close to my heart. And for me to be an advocate for them is so important. And the incidents that have happened in the past couple of years has just brought humanity down for me. It's always going to be there. So it's been there for hundreds and hundreds of years. So if we think about it, that it's going to go away with maybe the macro, the contingencies that are around us. And what are macro contingencies, right? Macro contingencies are our law, our religion, the tribe, the culture, the law that we belong to. That's not going to happen, because if that was going to happen, then we wouldn't have had cases like that, right? So if you talk about all the macro contingencies, I don't think that has anything to do with the decrease in any kind of the behaviors of all the predators that are out there. As a result of which, I just think that we as special need people, we as people who are dealing with kids, with individuals who are vulnerable, we as their advocates need to equip them with those kind of tools that they are able to advocate for themselves, right? Or they are able to save themselves from the harm's way. So I think that it's extremely important for us to give them those tools. So with that being said, as you see, it's really sentimental for me, and it's something that I really really need to drill in all the special educators, collaborate with each other, and drill this and build this in our kids, that nobody can take advantage of you. Nobody can take advantage of you. Nobody can even, lure you or touch you or do anything. A stranger is a stranger. That is a circle that you build around the kids, the circle of safety, and that is like so important. So one of the social stories that I brought for you guys is staying safe around strangers. This is a social story. This social story has been made by Creative Learning for Kids. It's a picture communication system. Symbols have been used in it. So the story goes like, who is a stranger? Anyone you don't know is a stranger to you. Some strangers are nice, other strangers might try to hurt you. It is not always easy to tell who is safe. So now what they're trying to say is that, hey, do not trust anybody. Your parents can teach you who to trust. If it is safe to meet strangers when you are with your parents. Do not talk to strangers when you are alone or with friends. Some strangers may talk to you or ask you questions, but you should not talk to people you don't know. You can ignore them or say you are a stranger and move away from that person. Never go into a stranger's house or a car. Never go anywhere with a stranger. It is okay to act this way around strangers. Good strangers will understand you are being safe and they can ask an adult to help them. Bad strangers may try to trick you into coming close to them. They may offer you candy, gifts, a ride somewhere, or even say they need help finding a lost pet. Never take anything a stranger offers you. Do not let any stranger get close to you. If a stranger grabs you, scream to get people's attention. Hit, kick to get away, and run for help. When looking for someone to help you, go to a place with lots of people around. Look for a police officer, a store worker, or an adult with children. So this was the story. At the end of the story, there are questions. What is a stranger? Who is a stranger? Who can teach you about? Who should you trust? What can you say to a stranger? Who talks to you? Should you ever go with a stranger? What will bad strangers say to trick you? What do you do if a stranger grabs you? Who could you ask to help you? So these are some of the things that you can do for the Stranger's Book. Now there are a lot of activities that you can do around with this, right? So one is that you can try to build, you can do role playing with the kids. So for example, if it is like younger kids, you can do role playing with them, and you can bring like other people into the role play, and you can say, hey, you know what, this is mommy, this is daddy, this is your teacher, this is your friend, these are people that you know. But then you can bring somebody from outside and say, hey, you know what, these are people you don't know, so these are strangers. How do you meet with strangers? You don't meet with strangers, you don't go with strangers. So this is one thing you can do. Second thing that you can do is you can do some worksheets. So this is another worksheet. What is safe stranger? So it talks about some people that we don't know very well or have never met before can be trusted to help us. For example, we don't know firefighters or police officers that come to our aid, but we can think of them as safe strangers. So now you're telling them what are safe strangers. Other examples of safe strangers are bus drivers and receptionists. Safe strangers are people who can be trusted to help us in a public place when they are at work and doing their job. You cannot tell if someone is a safe stranger just by the way they are dressed, how they look, or how they talk to you. A stranger might know your name, your address, your friend's name, pet's name, or other personal things. So this is one worksheet that you can use with some kids. This is another sheet that talks about examples of safe strangers. So this talks about some people can be thought of as safe strangers even though we don't know them very well or have never met them before. Firefighters and paramedics are examples of safe strangers. And then you can make them draw pictures of safe strangers. Another thing that you can do is that with younger kids or with a little bit of low functioning kids, because sometimes they learn with repetition, you can get pictures of like people they know and the pictures of people that they don't know, and then you can make them paste them on this sheet over here of the safe strangers. Another thing that you can do is you can also make them sort. So strangers and not strangers, parents and friends, so things like that. Okay, next thing is going to be what is a safe place. Talking about those safe places, which is very important. So over here they are talking about a cafe, a store, a school. So if you find that you are lost or you just feel unsafe for any reason, there is no doubt with you that you can trust, then you should find a safe stranger. Safe strangers are at these safe places. So this is about safe place. Okay. And then over here there's another worksheet that talks about examples of safe places. So you can have the children draw, and if you don't have the children draw, the other thing you can say is that they can take have pictures of places and they can paste them over here, or they can bring pictures from home, of their school, and they can sort those pictures of safe places and not safe places. Now they talk about avoiding high risk locations. So busy public places are usually the safest place to walk and play. When you are in a quiet, isolated place, it is easier for strangers to approach you, talk to you, or try to trick you without being seen or caught. When you're not with a trusted adult, you should avoid deserted streets, alleyways, and other places. So this is example of the places that you should always stay with. Another worksheet that I have over here for the kids is abduction prevention spelling worksheet. So this is also another activity that you can do with kindergartner or preschool kids. And it says, talk. It is okay to talk to strangers if an adult is right there by your side. But if you are ever alone or your adult isn't right there at your side, it's best to be safe and stay away from people you don't know. So the spelling is talk, and then you can do more spellings. Then next one is grab. So if a stranger ever tries to grab you, scream and stop touching me like that at the top of your lungs. You should also hit, kick, and claw or wriggle away. Nice. Just because someone looks nice, that doesn't mean they are nice. Bad strangers look the same as some good strangers and lure. Would you like to see my puppy found something on the side of the road? Can you come here and tell me who it belongs to? An abductor might use these sorts of tricks to try to lure you. So here's another worksheet that you can use with the kids. Other than that, if you have lower functioning kids, if you have younger kids, I would suggest taking pictures of different safe locations, safe places, safe strangers, and then either making the kids cut and paste those pictures or sort those pictures. That is a really neat activity for you to do. And again, repetition, repetition, repetition is something that's going to build their repertoire. I hope that this made sense for you. I hope that you can use this activity and it can help many kids, many therapists, many families. I wish you all best of luck. Stay safe, stay healthy. See you soon. Have a wonderful day.